For the last and worst kind of lie is pernicious lie, and that proceedeth of a corrupt mind, and tendeth to the damage of thy neighbour, which have deserved no hurt at thy hand. This kind of lie is everywhere cried out upon throughout the Scriptures, and the fault thereof increaseth according to the quantity of the mischief that it doth. For divines and ecclesiastical preachers do lie of all other most perniciously, while with lies and corrupt doctrine they kill the souls of men, and make the bodies and goods of silly seduced people both subject to the curse of God and in danger of 1,000 perils more. And hereunto belongeth hypocrisy also, which the Lord Jesus doth in the gospel wonderfully taunt and bate exceedingly. Now hypocrisy doth show itself, not only and so much in crafty and deceitful words, as also, and far more, in the whole conversation of our lives, as when we make semblance, or else dissemble such things as are not, by that means lying to God and beguiling our neighbour. Furthermore, in this law are forbidden tale-bearings, privy slanders, backbitings, close whisperings, and all suspicions which rise by such occasions. Despiteful quips, therefore, and hip heads that are ready to speak evil of all men are plainly condemned. For some there are which are without honesty, not sticking to slander all estates and conditions, both high and low, private and public, and people of all ages. And for that purpose do they cast abroad infamous libels. They stick up written pascals, and set out pictures to defame men withal. And to themselves they seem very eloquent, while with bitter words they check, and find fault with all sorts of men. Yea, they account the malapert prattling of their unbridled tongues to be a commendation of uncontrolled liberty and free license of speaking. For they sin very grievously, which take delight in cursed speaking, that is, which carry about a tongue full of bitterness, curses, and deceit, even as they also are not without sin, that love a life to hear envenomed speech and hurtful talking. But we make a difference, and do accept from wrongful quarrels such accusations as are justly made and openly showed, either by writing or word of mouth, and such kind of chidings and chastenings also as preachers use in sacred sermons. For they, which do in that sort chastise and pursue wicked vices and errors, do purpose nothing else but the glory of God, and safeguard of men's souls, which they desire to advance by all the means they can, not seeking to utter their spite or wreak the malice of their naughty affections. But we may gather by many arguments that it is a heinous crime falsely to slander and wickedly to backbite our brethren and neighbours. For there is scarcely anything that doth so much disgrace us as backbiting doth. We are made to the similitude and likeness of God, that we may be the sons of God. But false accusations do make us of the sons of God to be the sons of the devil. Now we all abhor and utterly detest the name of the devil. But if thou art a wrongful slanderer, then art thou the very same that thou dost so detest. For the devil taketh his name of wrongful accusing, and is called a slanderer. Moreover, in the book of Proverbs, God is said to hate backbiters and wrongful slanderers. And in the 24th chapter we read, "The thought of a fool is sin, and a slanderer is hated of men. For a good name, as the same Solomon witnesses, is a precious treasure. Whenas therefore the fame and good name of a man is put in hazard by the false reports and slanders of a wicked tongue, the chiefest jewel that a man hath is put in jeopardy, so that in very deed a slanderer does seem to sin more deeply than a thief, unless a man make more account of his transitory riches than of his name and good report. And therefore it is strange at this day that a thief for stealing is never pardoned, and backbiters for slanders are never once touched. I would to God that magistrates would once rightly weigh the sundry circumstances of sundry matters, and punish every fault with penalties agreeable to the offence, and revenge the greater crimes with great and sharper punishments. For God truly doth require and charge every one of us to do our best in maintaining truth for the defence of our neighbour's good name and the preservation of his earthly substance.